Okay, hopefully this thing's playing. One thing I forgot to mention, when sweeping, you can either use the broom or the little hand brush, but we need to do the tops of the moldings. I'll show you how that's done. Pretty simple, really. Just use your broom or the little brush thing. And sweep it off. It's pretty stained, so don't expect to get it nice and clean and white. But at least you get the dust off. The main goal here is to basically dig this place out so these guys aren't buried in their own mess. Okay, when mopping, what I do is I'll usually start in here in the changing room. Now I've already done this room, so I'm not going to go and get too detailed. However, in this room it's never, usually, not always, but usually not as bad as the other room. So whether you use a CLR on the floor or not, kind of your call. In here, it's always bad. So usually what I do is, you'll notice there's chairs all over the place. So what I'll do is I'll move all the chairs out of the way, and then after I've done the changing room, I'll come in here and I'll do the bathroom, and then I'll do the areas where the chair goes, right in through here and then through here, and then I'll put the chairs back, and then that leaves me the central area free to work my magic. Okay, so since I've already done the changing room, we're going to move on to the bathroom. Walk out the door here, and we've got this sink, and there's a little bit of a trick to this sink I wanted to show you. Let's see. Okay, that's good. Anyway, when filling the bucket, mop bucket, use this, but this thing's all clogged, so what you need to do is unscrew it here, and just don't let go of this, it'll disappear in there. And then put it on both hot and cold at the same time. That way it fills the bucket better. It doesn't matter whether it's cold or hot, it's just you get a lot more water out of it. And I don't know, fill the bucket about 3/4 full. That should do the trick. We don't put anything in the water because we're going to spray that right onto the surface of the floor. I'll show you that when we get to it. So, this is a good time to put on some music and listen, because you're going to be here a while. When mopping, there's a couple tricks to use with these rag wet mops. Actually, it's a string. But anyway, let me show you how to do that. Obviously, you put the mop in the water and get it wet. The trick is when you squeeze it. Usually you hold it up first a little bit. Oh, actually, I screwed up. The first thing you do, before you do anything, really to start to use your wet mop, is you look up. The reason is, if you happen to be standing underneath a light fixture, you could break the bulbs. So you want to know exactly where your handle's going when you start bringing your mop up and down. Anyway, so getting back to what I was doing. You want the mop in, you pull it up a little ways, and you squeeze the bottom. You want to get most of the water out. You don't want a real soppy mop. Soppy mops are bad. Okay, now we're going to do the bathroom. This is where we get the really, really nasty floor. Now we've already swept once and mopped with the dust mop. But even though we've done that, there's still a lot of that fine dust on the floor, so it gets really dirty. And of course here, you've got all kinds of other stains on the floor. So we're going to use a This is CLR, it's the green stuff. You know, you just spray it on the floor, and you only want to do a small section at a time. That's another problem with these floors. It really loads your mop up, so you can only do a little bit. You'll see more on the main floor, but we can probably do this whole floor with just this one mop. Anyway, first thing you do is you spray it, especially the stained areas. And if you have the option to let it sit for a while, let it sit and go do something else, that's always a good thing, but I didn't do that today. Anyway, you can see what a difference it makes right away. Anyway, so you do one side of the mop. And as you can see, I can push, drag, and swing. And you can use the end of the mop to scrub hard spots. And we're getting into the, oops, got caught. Little cracks. You push them up. Okay, there's this. There. Okay, I'm going to move this back just a little bit. Okay, so we've done that all on one side of the mop. So once that's done, since we're using the CLR, flip it to the other side. It's kind of like, this is kind of like rinsing. And because that CLR, if you just leave it there, it gets sticky. Oops. Anyway, so we do that. That looks so much better. Can you tell? Anyway, now that I've done this, I'm going to go rinse out my mop, and then I'll come back with a clean mop and do it again. And get more of the CLR up. Okay, I've done the bathroom and the changing room, and I've done where the chairs are normally all put together. So I've got this area right here, and keep pumping the monopod, and of course the changing room, which we saw, and the bathroom, and that's it. And so far I've already had to change the water in the mop bucket. It was just basically mud. Anyway, oh, you may have noticed that I keep the mop bucket out there, just easier than dragging it around. Anyway, so now we're going to do the main floor. So I'll basically show you how to do that. I explained it already, but you'll get since we got more area to work with, you'll get a better idea how this works. So first, let me go get my mop. Okay, one mop. Everything in the CLR. And I'm only going to do basically from the wall to about here. And we'll do that to do the method that I just mentioned. Spray, mop one side of the mop, turn the mop over, wipe with that mop, rinse it out, and then do the section again. And then we'll repeat it about every 4 or 5 of these tiles. It's really, it just overloads the mop with dirt. Really, like where this bottle is, and some of the other stuff I've already moved and mopped underneath. So all we have to do is this main floor. Okay, so I don't know if you can see how it's just kind of making smudge streaks with the CLR to picking stuff up. So we're going to flip the mop over. Relatively speaking, clean side. And then we'll rinse them up out and do it all over again. This, I think I didn't get the mop quite as dry as I like. There you go. So now I can just use this mop, don't have to re-rinse, to do the next bunch. You can see kind of a difference already right there, can't you? Anyway, that's how that's done. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of the floor. Hopefully you got the idea, you won't have to continue watching. Just a real quick thing, done from the refrigerator, well actually the edge of the bathroom, there to right here where my feet are. And just this little from the chairs to the wall. That's it. And this is what the water looks like. Just from that little bit. Like I said, even though I've swept and dust mopped, there's still a lot of garbage on these floors. This is a bad room as far as dirt goes. But, you know, considering what it looked like when we first got here, what do you think? Not too bad. Okay, now it's totally finished. That spot you're never going to get up. It's tar. Do wish they would replace the lights, but that floor looks so much nicer than it did when we first got here. Now that we're done, we got to toss the water from the mop bucket out, and that's going to be done through this door. And you can't see anything because it's dark. But anyway, just throw it out on the, you can see where it's kind of like gravel. Just throw it onto the gravel. And then, oh, by the way, just in case you don't know, this part pulls off. It makes it easier to throw the water out. Okay. You want to see me do that? Okay, let me put the legs on the mower part out. And we'll rotate this up just a tad bit. There we go. That's how you do it.